Hey guys, how's it going? Kriparian here. Today I want to show you guys what I've been doing with my gold in Diablo 3 because things have changed in a way that are, I think, very predictable. So I've been selling my gold on the real money auction house. Now I've been doing this because you're able to sell it for not exactly $250 per 100 million, but what you make is $180 per 100 million. And that's important because that's what most people who try to sell the gold, typically botters, um, that's their starting point because that's their alternative. They can sell it on the real money auction house for $1.80 per million, or they can try to sell it elsewhere for maybe a little bit less. And for quite some time, it was actually around there. After they put in the gold part of the real money auction house on Diablo, the gold went up to about $2, and then it dropped around like $1.80. Then it stood around there for quite some time. Though nowadays, I haven't checked to see the progression of the downward spiral of gold. But nowadays, if you buy like 100 million, I'll even show you guys little snippets of a couple websites. It's about $1.07, something like that, per million gold if you buy 100 million. And these are not like companies that are selling the gold. These are people, typically, like I said, botters that are selling this kind of gold. So I don't advocate that you buy gold from these people, but I want you to keep something in mind. Gold is still losing value despite the floor on the real money auction house. That's because so much fewer people are buying gold than is being introduced or is trying to be sold in the economy. So gold will continue to drop, and I think, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually Blizzard will have to at least lower the floor for gold being sold on the real money auction house. Now, this is important because right now, while gold is $1.07, when they would drop the floor, they'd probably drop it below that value, and it would immediately drop the value of gold. The reason it would do this is the current value, $1.07, takes into account the possibility of reselling the gold for significantly more in the current state on the real money auction house. So when they will drop the floor from the real money auction house, the gold will go down abruptly, I think. Now, there's obviously the counter argument, when more content that involves people striving to get better gear comes into the game, then gold will increase in value. While that is correct, I think that won't be for quite some time. I think so because it's been several months, and we haven't even had a single patch note that's had a title of 1.04 on it. And I mean, what can you really say? For the next patch, they plan to have like item changes and whatnot, and I don't even think that's a big deal. So, I don't think that's going to increase the value of gold too much. Maybe a very small portion temporarily, and then it's going to drop back down. I think the next big step will be PvP, but by the looks of it, I think the floor on the gold prices on the real money auction house will have to be dropped a lot sooner than when PvP will probably be released. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. You don't have to do exactly the same things I do, but I see this as an opportunity to keep value for the gold that you have in the game, because that's always going to be a problem in the way that Diablo 3 has set up its economy. And another thing I want you guys to keep in mind, should you decide to take this route, is that is the way this gold actually gets sold on the real money auction house. See, when you put gold up, it goes in a queue. So when you list it, it's going to stay in the system for a day and a half. And when someone wants to buy gold, because all the prices are the same, everybody sells the gold for $250 per 100 million or $250 per million. And when someone goes on the real money auction house to buy gold, they're buying from the end of the queue. So the gold that has like, a second left on it, if someone, does a purchase order at that time, they would buy that person's gold. So why is that important? It's important because based on your current region, you can guess at which times people may be buying gold, and you'd want to space it out accordingly. So that means that because the auction duration is a day and a half, let's say, you think, I don't know, but let's say you think that on a Saturday afternoon, maybe around 5 p.m., someone would buy gold, all right? So what would you have to do? You'd have to sell it Thursday at 5 a.m. So it'd be close to expiration Saturday about 5 p.m. So you have to really keep that in mind. And also you want to space it out a little bit. You don't just want to list, like if you have 100 million gold, while I listed it that way because I didn't think it'd sell, I just listed it for the lulls. But let's say you were serious about selling it. You wouldn't want to put it up just in one lump sum, because that would mean that when your gold's at the front of the queue, you'd be hoping that someone buys all of it, which is actually very, very unlikely. What I would suggest is to space your gold out in 10 portions, or fewer if you're actually selling items on the real money auctions, just to fill up all your slots as much as possible. And what I would do is I would space it out at least maybe 5 or 10 minutes apart. So let's say you had all 10 slots available and you want to sell 100 million gold. My suggestion, maybe give it a try. You post 10 million at like Thursday 5 a.m. or maybe 4 a.m. and you wait 10 minutes, you post another 10 million, wait another 10 minutes, post another 10 million. And I think you'll have a lot more success at that rather than selling it at random times in a whole lump sum. But it doesn't really matter. I think you'll sell it eventually, unless obviously you're doing the buying and selling or you're botting, then maybe you want to optimize it severely. But besides that, people are still buying the gold. I don't understand why, but they're definitely not buying it at the same rate of which it's coming into the system, and that's causing the gold to lose value. So keep that in mind. Know what's going on, because if you're taking a break from Diablo 3, you don't want to come back and find out that half your stuff is gone in terms of value. So gotta be aware of these things. I'll see you guys tomorrow.